Roadies, and all of you old and hopefully some new people who have stopped by my channel. Our channel, I say our because G helps me quite a bit, is about stitching, cross-stitching, visiting cross-stitching shops, visiting cross-stitchers if I can get them to let me in the door, and just sharing our world as we are moving about in our van. We also have a channel called Quilt Roadies, and Quilt Roadies has been going on for quite a while, and it is about quilting. And we do the same thing. Share where we've been, what we do. And just to give you a little bit of a backstory, I decided to dive into the Stitch Roadie world as a way to maybe invigorate my cross stitch, also to maybe encourage me to get projects done, because then I can share them with you. It hasn't always worked out that way. I've only been doing it for about 6 months, and I have so enjoyed it, and so I really do encourage you to check out all the different floss tubes if you're interested in cross stitch. You can subscribe to my channel, and if you click on the bell, it gives you a notification when that new video is up. And that brings me to how frustrating it is right now because of our Wi-Fi issue uploading a video. So I already recorded a video about 4 days ago, and it was, I review it, and it's a great video, so I threw away all my notes, and then I went to upload it, and I have not been able to upload it. I did it on my phone as an option, and there are several steps to doing this. I know this is probably boring because you just want to get to cross stitch, but just to give you a little bit of what goes on in a floss tuber's world. So editing and uploading that video off of my phone required a few extra steps because it was 45 minutes long. And I did all the steps and tried to upload it twice, and twice it got to the very end and said there was an error message. So I just gave up and trashed the video. Unfortunately, because I was so pleased with how it turned out, I threw away all my notes. So I have no idea what notes I took from previous floss tubes that I watched or things that I found out. So now I'm starting from scratch with no notes. So welcome. Now, don't you just want to stay? Well, it's first world problems. So, as you can tell, I have a little bit of a cold. Actually, I'm over the cold. It's just the cough will not stop at night. And so I have moved myself out to the guest room. And the guest room is in the van, so that G can get some sleep, because I'm literally just dry coughing all night long, no matter what I take. So I'm sleeping out in the van. It's kind of cozy out there. We love our penny. And this week, I hope to get this video. If you see this uploaded this week, it'll be a freaking miracle. But I hope to get this uploaded before I leave. I am flying to Ontario, California for the Road to California, which is a big quilt show down in Ontario Convention Center. And it has been going on for 25 years. And there are 225 vendors. I better take an empty suitcase. Anyway, meeting some friends there to go see the quilt show, and if you're interested in that kind of thing, I will have those videos up on the Quilt Roadie channel. I am looking forward to it. I am looking forward to the vendors, and I am looking forward to the quilt show. But the thing I am most looking forward to is seeing some girlfriends. Yeah, I miss my quilt group and my stitch group, and I miss my Robin. So I will get to see some of them there. Everybody is all over the United States right now, so it'll be fun to see at least a couple of them. I'm very much looking forward to that. So I'm going to try to get this video uploaded before I leave. So what have I been up to? Well, first of all, I have taken a few stitches on my birthday. This is my birthday start, so I started this in October. And it is a Harvest Blessings by Stony Creek. I have no idea what fabric this is. It might be rolled up in there, but I have no idea what fabric it is. What I do know is that it is all one thread, and it's Classic Colorworks Fallen Leaves. Oh, this thread is so yummy. And it's kind of fun to do that one thread color. But the fabric is fabulous. I wish I could tell you what it was. And there's that needle minder by Stitch Goes My Heart. I love that. And this is one of the project bags that I made myself because I wanted one that fit my 11-inch Q-snap with lots of room. So it has a little bee charm there, isn't it? Can you see that? Yeah, it's got a little sparkly on it. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Let's see. Best new thing this week. Best new thing. So here's the thing. I had, in a previous video, you know, my linen was shredding and getting smaller as I stitched. And I started worrying about it because when you are spoiled by your LNS, acorns and threads, which will serge the edge of your fabric, you don't think about it when you get linen from somewhere else. So I saw someone else had masking tape on the edge, so I went to Walmart and I bought some narrow masking tape. I think it was only maybe 3/4 of an inch or less, and I was gonna put that around the edge. Well, several of you were like screaming, "Don't do that," including one of my high school classmates, Danielle, and she said use fray check. I'm like, fray check? I remember that from sewing, but really? So I went and got a bottle. This is what it looks like. Best new thing, fray check. I don't think it was very much. I don't have the price on there, but so on my one project, my Korean girls, you know this project here. This is from my sister, sodastitch.com. That's the other thing. I haven't been putting anything in the description, so take notes because it ends up adding even more time when I go to upload a video. So this piece that I cut was just raveling like crazy. Oh, see how far I got on my little girl? Yep, her dress is gorgeous. Oh, and look at my new needle minder. It's too peoply outside. Too peoply outside. Yeah. And I put the fray check on the edge of this. Oh my gosh. look at this. Look at this. No, see, I'm rubbing my hands on the edge. No threads are coming off. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So when I get linen from a shop that doesn't serge the edges of whatever you cut, whatever your cut piece is, I'm using the fray check on it because that is like the best new thing. And if you've seen my previous videos, I brought my little curl things, and this is how I do. I do a lot of stitch in hand, and so those are working really good there. Yeah. So I'm working away at this. I want to get this girl done before the end of the month, which means I'm going to have to give her a little more attention. Let's see. Oh, my sal that I'm doing with my friend Becca, who is Sambrie Stitches. You really have to go up and go watch her YouTube. That's my friend Ellie. She doesn't like other dogs that walk by her street. Sambrie Stitches. She's like the age of my oldest son, so it's kind of like having a friend and a daughter rolled into one. And the great thing about her channel is that she's an extraordinary finisher. I mean, fully finished, and she does some really fun full finishes. It always gives me inspiration. So there's my, I don't know whether you can see that reindeer. Maybe if I put my dot dot goose. So I got my second reindeer. And look at that new needle minder I got, cactus. And this lives in my dot dot goose bag. Isn't that cute? Well, when I showed G this, he says, "What pattern is that?" So I showed him the cover. This is a waxing moon design, and it's a sal that we're doing on Instagram. So when I showed it to him, I showed it like that. And he goes, "What's with Santa upside down?" I said, "Too much happy hour. Too much happy hour. Santa had too much happy hour." I don't know, it makes me smile when I'm stitching and Santa's upside down. So we shall see what becomes of that Santa. Then my other sal is the PNW Emerald City sal that I'm doing with Stitch Goes My Heart and Marion the Librarian, who is Caddy Cross Stitches and makes all these fabulous snippities. And look at, she made this one that matches the Emerald City. And then I started my yellow brick road. And look at, I got that new needle minder. It's two people-y outside. Two people-y outside. And those needle minders that I just showed you are from Bewitch Stitch Shop on Etsy. So it's BEWITCHSTITCHSHOP.etsy.com. And it came in this really cute little bag, all those needle minders. And in this cute mailer. Yeah. It's like I'm not contagious, but when I talk too much, I start choking. I wonder what that means. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm enjoying my sals this year. What do you mean? This is like, I'm not even a year into this lifestyle. And I don't know if I showed you this, but you know, I'm doing the Blue Flower Sleeping Bee sal, and I barely have, let me put this back here. Yeah. The lighting's not the best today, but it is what it is. Can't apologize for nature, huh? Let's see. Oh, and then, you know, I had to put back my my model sampler yesterday. I was working on it and working on it and working on it, and I frogged out as much as I stitched that I decided I needed to just put it down and put it away before we had a come to Jesus talk, because I love that and it's beautiful, but for whatever reason I could not count yesterday, so I had to put it away. Other project I am loving Fearless is Frosty Forest. And Frosty Forest is a Country Cottage Needleworks, 9 patterns, and I'm doing it all on one piece of fabric. And this fabric is 21 by 26, and it's Colorscape Lugana 28 count Haven. So, so you can see, can you see? Let's see. I finished one, and I loved that I finished it, because now what I'm doing, and what I'll continue to do, is to do the outline before I do the next, you know, whenever I do the next square. Oh, geez. How lovely, huh? It's the weirdest cold, because the cold is completely gone. But there's just a little tickle right down there that just comes up. I like the way, if you go on to the Country Cottage Needlework site, they tell you how to finish it off all in one piece. And they keep the frameworks of each square, and you just leave a two thingy space. I think I'm gonna have to stop and go cough. Well, now I've had my coughing fit and I'm back. Where was I? Oh yeah, Country Cottage Needleworks. So on their site they have how to finish it off with all 9 patterns on one piece of fabric, and you just leave 2 blocks space in between each one. And I really like that. I'll show you the picture I got from Acorns and Threads when I first got this project, which was back in 2015. That just shows you how long I've been languishing around here. And I never did it because I didn't know what I was really doing. This was the picture of the one that they did, which totally sold me on the whole project. There aren't instructions on how to put this all together, but as you can see, they took one of the motifs and made it go all the way around the edge, which is absolutely gorgeous, and then they just attached the landscape. It's gorgeous, but I do not want to do any more snow than I have to. I actually had snow blindness from this first square. I mean, really, snow is like houses. It goes on forever. And then to attach the snow from one area to the next, adding more snow to stitch, I decided I'm not doing that. So I am doing the one that's on Country Cottage Needleworks, where you feel like you're all done when you finish one square. Oh, there's some white thread. So that is what I'm going to do. And I so appreciated all of the comments and the suggestions about white thread. I was really quite surprised at how different they are. Yeah, I was really surprised. You would think white would be white. So, but not so. G's out riding his bike. I can't wait till I can get out and ride my bike. Hope you don't catch my cold through there. No, I'm not contagious anymore. It's just this nagging cough. Oh, it's driving me crazy. And although I don't have the Christine questions, there was a thing going around, the Christine tag questions anymore, because I did them on the video that never got uploaded. And I don't remember the questions now. I thought I'd answer a few of them, if I could remember them all. I know I won't remember them all while we stitch. So, yeah, there was if you go on Michelle Bendy's site, she just did the answers to it. And, I know I won't be answering them in order because I gotta remember the questions. So one thing will spark the next thing. And get started here. Yeah, someone wanted to have the camera where they could see my stitching. You know how you see those professional floss tubers who can talk and they actually know what they're doing. You know, they have a close-up of their stitching while they're talking over here. They wanted me to do that, and I was like, well, no, that isn't going to happen because I don't know what I'm doing. And besides, it's just X's. It's just X's. It's X's over and over and over again. So I'm not sure how exciting that is, but this is how you're going to see me doing it. Sorry. I can't learn how to do another thing, and filming is way low on mine. So but you know, when I'm stitching, all these different questions come in my head, like should I get a breast reduction and then buy a Lowry stand to do my cross stitching, which would be thousands of dollars? Or should I just be okay with what my body is and be able to use these girls with my $11 Q-snap? You know, there's just things that pop in my head while I'm stitching. I mean, do you ever have that kind of thought, that kind of thinking going on? I've been having fun watching some Floss Tubes. Of course, I watch my regular girls, you know, Sambrie Stitches and Stitchy Witch 42 and Stitch Goes My Heart, and although they aren't, Stitch Goes My, she needs to do more. I need to see her more. And Stitch Between the Lines, Stitch All the Things, but I have picked up Calm Creations. Holy moly. She is so relaxing to listen to and to watch stitch. She is really nice company. And then Married with Stitches. Those two. What a hoot. You know. And they are not scared of stitching projects. You know, it's kind of interesting how brave some stitches are in picking a project to start. And so I've enjoyed that. And then Sassenach Stitcher and The Last Homely House on the Road. I love Kate. You know, so I have been spending a fair amount of time. But I found out that when you subscribe, like I hope you'll subscribe to this channel and then hit the bell so you get notifications. But I found out that when I subscribe on my phone, it's not going to have the same subscription list on my computer, my laptop. And so I thought I was subscribed to Bendy Stitches and she just wasn't doing a whole lot of, but it turns out it was on a different device. I apologize for all this hacking. Aren't you glad you're not here? Yeah. And then all the suggestions too about the Krynic and the metallic thread. I went to Jan Hicks' site. There was another one. I thought I was subscribed to her, but it turns out I subscribed on my laptop but not on my phone. And since I've been down here in Arizona, I have been watching Floss Tube more on my phone. So if you're a beginning cross stitcher, you need to watch her Floss Tube lessons, because she is awesome. And the whole metallic thread thing, I wish I had actually watched that before I bought the Krynic. I might have done something different, but what is. So the Christine tag questions, I can't remember them all. One says, I know one was, can you drive a stick shift in parallel park? And I definitely can do that. My dad had 2 daughters, and he did not treat us like girls do certain things and boys do certain things. When we were learning to drive, we actually had to go out in our front yard and rotate the tires, change the tires, because he said if you have a flat, you got to know how to change the tire by yourself. And so actually when G first noticed me, that's a whole nother story. You know, we got engaged after knowing each other only 2 weeks and 3 days. So yeah, that is a whole nother story, but and not part of the Christine tag, so I won't share it here right now. But I think he was attracted to my vehicle as much as to me, because at that time I was driving a CJ5 blue metallic Jeep with a white rag top and a Hang 10 gas pedal. Yeah. Yeah, I was quite the sight back then. So we can, both my sister and I can parallel park and drive stick shift. Although I haven't driven a stick shift forever, but I think it's kind of like riding a bike. And then, did you have any chores to do, unusual chores to do when you were a kid? And yes, we used to go out in the garage, and we had this little tiny mechanical machine that we'd put paper on, and we used to roll cigarettes for my dad. We'd roll a pack up anytime he needed a pack of cigarettes. So yeah, we were a little workshop in the garage with tobacco. We'd put the paper in the little machine and sprinkle the tobacco, and then roll the machine, and it would roll the paper into a cigarette thing, and then lick it and put it down. Oh, yeah, probably was not the best thing for my dad's health. But yeah, neither my sister or I smoke. That was a funny chore. And you know, one of the questions was, let's see, did you ever have any recurring bad dreams? And I did, but it never made any sense. All it was like a psychedelic light show, but it really used to scare the bejeebies out of me. And you know, I just I think it went away when I was in high school, if I remember. But it was, you know, I don't know what it was about, because there was no theme. It was just like, it was like being in one of those discos and all you could see is the light flashing. But it certainly used to terrify me. I was so glad when I stopped having that dream. Yeah, I can't remember any of the other questions. Do you have any social media pet peeves? Not really. I embrace social media in a positive way. I don't embrace any of the negativity. And I think it's funny when people say, oh, social media is so bad. There's so much good that comes out of social media. Look at us here. None of us are really alone. We have friends, and we have support. And for those people who may be housebound, this is providing a very positive support. But I don't let any of the unkind parts of social media into my life. I have no problems blocking, deleting, getting rid of anything that is negative. With that said, it does not mean I get rid of things that I don't agree with. I think democracy is important, diversity is important, and I want to hear both sides of everything. And I want to learn as much as I can learn. So what I don't embrace is anything that is personally unkind to somebody. I don't like that. Oh, I'm getting almost to the other side of this, and so this will be all ready. My little frame will be all ready to do the inside for my February block in this project. I can't remember. I can't remember any of the other questions. It was on the other video. Yeah, it was on the other video. We've had a couple days of really nice weather. It's been very enjoyable. I went too far. I went one too far. So I just need to go back up here. I've been really tempted lately, just listening like Married with Stitches, talking about Hades, and Christy, who was working on one at Fall Fling. Oh, it just makes me think about it. Really think about it. Full coverage though. Wow. Now I know Two Martini Stitches is working on the Harry Potter book covers, and that's like full coverage. Oh my gosh. But they have this program out for tablets that supposedly make doing a HAID a lot easier, because you just put your pattern in there and then you can mark off when you're done. Yeah, I have a few things coming in the mail. It's really hard. It's really hard when you watch Floss Tube and somebody's got something new that you just really, really want to make. And oh, and thank you for those, for everybody who made a comment about the sampler. I was trying to figure out which one I wanted, because it was Teresa Kogert's sampler that's coming out at market. That was the one I wanted. And so I called up, I emailed Janine at Acorns and Threads, because here's the thing that Janine does, is she'll label a shopping bag for you, and you can just keep texting or email her and say, please put this in my bag when it comes in. And she'll have it there ready for you to pick up and pay for. It's like amazing. It's like having a personal shopper. Oh, and so I added the new sampler. It's called Heaven and Earth Sampler. Oh, I think it's the little raccoon that sold me all the little animals on it. So I told her to add that to my shopping bag. And then the Visitor. Oh, it had a beehive in it. Really. And it looks like one of those botanical prints. And market hasn't even happened yet, and I'm already stocking my bag, you know. Oh, and then I did the acceptance quote, cross-stitch quote by Michelle Bendy. I bought that off of Excuse me, burping. Gosh, not even drinking beer. Michelle Bendy's Etsy shop. I really love that. So I ordered that, and yeah, it was. It's been a nice week. I feel like I've turned the corner on this coffin, and now I've got my little frame for my next this next square, which the next one is, let's see, oh yeah, see the two little deer, yeah, they're looking towards the raccoon. Yeah, well, thank you for hanging with me. I know that this video won't be as awesome as the one that got deleted, but it is what it is, and I have enjoyed your company, and I hope that you'll come back, that you won't be afraid. And if you're interested in the road to California, head over to the Quilt Roadie channel and subscribe and click that little bell so you'll get a notification when those videos come up. Because now I'm going to try to upload this one. Of course, the last one took us over 36 hours to upload. How fun. See you later.